Will play in midfield with Koji Mayoshi on the right hand side, Sariki Dembele on the left, with Keshi Anderson in the 10 behind leading goal scorer. He has got 12 goal contributions this season, Jay Stansfield. On their bench, Neil Everidge, the keeper, Mark Roberts, Tyler Roberts, Scott Hogan, Gary Gardner, Emmanuel Longolo, Kevin Long, Oliver Burke and Ramel Donovan. The referee today is Craig Pawson. As When You're Smiling rings around King Power Stadium, with scarves in the air, flags being waved ahead of an FA Cup fourth round clash between these two Midlands side, and a big opportunity for Leicester to get themselves into the fifth round and therefore into a game where they'll only be one win away from a quarter-final. Leicester in blue shirts, blue shorts and blue socks. Birmingham City in fluorescent orange and black shirts, black shorts and orange socks. The FA Cup is back and Leicester City welcome another Midlands side in Birmingham City, with both teams looking for a place in the fifth round. Good news for the Foxes though, they've never been beaten by the blue side of Birmingham in this competition. The road to Wembley continues. It's Leicester City versus Birmingham City right here on BBC Radio Leicester. As the flash frames of huge moments appear on the screens to our left and right hand side, and we are underway here on BBC Radio Leicester. Conor Coady almost giving the ball away at the heart of Leicester's defence, but they do survive. It was Jay Stansfield closing him down, and Leicester able to get out with Stolarczyk looking for Pratt in an inside right channel, 5 yards inside his own half. There's a big header being won in there by Brandon Cover. That is a good way to start your Leicester City career. Get a couple of early touches on the ball, Matt Heath, and then pile through someone to win a header. Yeah, great start. I was just chatting to Jack about early on, they made a few quick passes. He's got a good touch on the ball. What was really surprising straight away is that Birmingham were putting a right high press on Leicester, nearly cut Conor Coady out. Yeah, we saw something similar when Leicester played against Sunderland in the Championship. Tony Mowbray was the manager of Sunderland on that occasion, and Enzo Maresca was expecting that today as Birmingham try and have it and try and win it back left hand side, down Leicester's left. Picked up by Wanya Marcel on the corner of the box on the left hand side for the Foxes after the ball rolled down the line. Just passes it into the path of Jakub Stolarczyk. Quite calm under pressure, Stolarczyk, and favoured over Daniel Everson and Danny Ward now in this Enzo Maresca system, just because of his ability on the ball. Leicester giving it away though into the penalty box. Here come Birmingham, strike at goal, saved by Stolarczyk and cleared away. Leicester being shown very early on that Birmingham are here to press Leicester high. Have the Blues win it back down the right hand side? They have. Will there be a delivery? There is into the area. Ben Nelson rises highest, just flicks it away to Albrighton, who just smashes it clear over the top. That might just set Jamie Vardy away down the left hand side for Leicester. The Birmingham City defender, I think it was it Buchanan maybe who came over? No, Emmanuel Iwu, who piled in. Jamie Vardy piled into him and was eventually cleared away. We've played 2 minutes here, 0-0, free kick for Birmingham in an orthodox right back position. But instantly, Matt Heath, there's plenty of things here Leicester need to be wary of with this Birmingham side. Yeah, again, it was another high press, a few sloppy passes by the back four, and it was actually a real good opportunity for the Birmingham winger to get a shot off at goal and a great save. Yeah, it was Keshi Anderson who got himself in there, joined back in July on a free transfer from Blackpool. This is 14th appearance of the season, not scored a goal as yet, so that was an opportunity for his first of the season. Just one assist to his name. Ethan Laird takes the throw in, goes down the line and was pushed out by Ben Nelson. It took a nick off a Birmingham man, so it will be a throw in for Leicester, halfway line. Callum Doyle, ball in hand, just waiting, looking for his option. Eunice comes short, plays a neat 1-2 with Doyle, who has to go backwards to Conor Coady in the heart of Leicester's defence. He rolls it across the 18-yard box to find Jakub Stolarczyk, who steps out, looks for a switch of the ball over the top for Wanya Marcel. That goes over the head of Laird. Wanya Marcel brings it down, just a little bit of a heavy touch from Marcel, and it allowed Laird to get back and clear it away, brought down expertly by Enzo Maresca, Matthew. Yeah, great touch, wasn't it? I mean, Birmingham they're very brave. They're leaving it literally as we're looking now. We've got 5 attackers and they've only got 4 defenders, so if we get a quick turnover, maybe play forward a little bit quickly, Jamie Vardy's got a load of space behind him, so
and we all know how quick he can be. Great opportunities for Leicester to maybe just mix their game up a little bit.
I guess that's one way of beating a high press, isn't it? Just lifting it, not necessarily long ball, but long passes, lifting it into areas.
It's not a long ball, it's a long pass, and if that's the style of play that Birmingham want to play and leaving acres of room in behind their defence, then I think Leicester have just got to take that opportunity and put it in a few times. Then they'll drop off and the game will open up.
Throw in for Leicester, halfway line. Callum Doyle takes it again on the left hand side, backwards towards Connor Cody at the heart of Leicester's defence. Now with young man Ben Nelson, who joined us on the When You're Smiling podcast earlier this week. He's almost wise above his years, really. Long ball over the top by Doyle. It's won in the air by Christian Billick, the midfielder turned centre half really for Birmingham City since Tony Mowbray came through the door, and the blue side of Birmingham able to come away. Miyoshi finds Anderson down the right hand side, steps Stanfield away, across comes Nelson. Good pace by the young man, able to take it away from Stansfield and able to play his way forward into Yunus and Doyle left hand side.
Again, excellent reading of the game by the young man. He stepped across a dangerous opportunity at one point, but he covered really well, covered his more experienced centre half.
When we spoke to him in the week, he said that he kind of tries to base his game
on John
Stones, yeah, which is interesting, isn't it? You kind of, when he said that, you instantly start to see the resemblances and the way that he plays the ball and the kind of body shapes that he makes more than anything.
I mean, what a role model to have. John Stones has played at the lower leagues, he's represented his country, and to have somebody like that as someone you look up to, base your game off and look a little bit like in stature.
Long ball forward by Stolarczyk. Callum Doyle thought that the ball had come off the head of Ethan Laird, the right back. Referee Craig Pawson didn't agree, so throw in. Leicester may have won this back here with Yunus in the throw-in. It was played into Miyoshi. Miyoshi then brings down Wanya Marcel. Craig Pawson went to blow his whistle and then didn't. Ethan Laird then brought down by Yunus, letting a lot go, the referee here. Wanya Marcel jumping into a tackle. It's Jordan James who comes away with it down the right-hand side. Scored 2 against Leicester at St Andrews in December. He's dispossessed, though, by good defensive work by Yunus and Connor Cody combined. And now the ball back with Jakub Stolarczyk in the Leicester penalty area. Nearly 6 minutes on the clock. Leicester 0, Birmingham 0 in the FA Cup 4th round here on BBC Radio Leicester and BBC Sounds.
I feel like a couple of professional footballers were acting like 10-year-old kids then and not playing to the whistle.
Long ball over the top though, sets Albrighton away into Dennis Pratt, pulls it across looking for Vardy. It's cleared inside the penalty area by Iwu. Out for the first corner of the game goes Leicester's way. Good attack down the right hand side. Pratt just a bit of a chancer ball really more than anything, but corner Leicester.
I'm going to go for a nice long pass. Mark Albrighton highlighting the area that he wanted the ball to be played in. It's a great pass by Pratt. A nice early cross on the floor and well defended by Birmingham, corner to Leicester.
There was good pace as well by Mark Albrighton against Lee Buchanan down the right hand side for Leicester. Corner for the Foxes, Albrighton to take it in front of the Birmingham fans, getting jeers, the former Villa man, into the area looking for Vardy. It's headed over the bar. There was a Leicester man underneath it, Ben Nelson, who got himself in there.
Birmingham seemed to set up with a little bit of a hybrid on that corner. They had a couple of man-to-man markers and a couple of zonal players.
Chowdhury pushing really high. There's a free kick given by Craig Pawson against Hamza Chowdhury for a challenge on Jordan James. There's a slide tackle that came in. Yunus and Dennis Pratt almost had got it back for Leicester. Attack was waiting. Just a bit of a short pass actually by Emmanuel Ewu. Of course, Chowdhury currently on bail for a charge of drink driving, due before magistrates in Nottingham in February, but Enzo Maresca told us in the press conference yesterday he would continue to consider him for selection despite that. Emmanuel Ewu dribbles the ball out of play and it will be a throw-in for Leicester, level with the 6-yard box on the left-hand side and a rather patchy looking area of the King Power Stadium pitch.
Again this time a great high press from Leicester, forcing Birmingham into the mistake. Seem to think the Birmingham defenders probably aren't as comfortable on the ball as our defenders are, so maybe an area to target.
Doyle takes a throw into Chowdhury. Doyle backwards towards Cody, the voice you heard just a moment ago, former Foxes defender and academy product Matt Heath, joining us on commentary duty today as Brandon Cover is dispossessed. The ball luckily falls back to Ben Nelson and Connor Cody, who turns on it under pressure from Stansfield and goes backwards towards Jakub Stolarczyk in the Leicester goal, who stood right on the edge of his penalty area, dribbles a couple of yards further forward in all black. Does the Polish under-21 international.
Let's hope that little mistake doesn't just get in his head.
Well, immediately he's come to get the ball again, hasn't he?
Yeah, that shows good good mindset that, do you know what, I've made a small mistake, it didn't cost the team, and I want to get on the ball again. Good
turn by Vardy into Yunus. He's got Marcel to his left. Yunus slows the play down somewhat to find Doyle, who tries to switch the play. It was a dodgy looking ball, didn't really get under it. It was skidding across the surface, but I managed to avoid all Birmingham shirts to find Albrighton on the right hand side, and Leicester able to keep possession and recycle. Now Cody looking to switch the play, far too heavy, and that goes out of play for a Birmingham goal kick, 0-0.
I wonder why Albrighton's getting a bit of stick from the Birmingham fans.
Probably his couple of 100 odd appearances for Aston Villa might do that. He'll want to stick one on Birmingham, I'm sure, today. Chowdhury presses high. If Leicester win it back here, it's another challenge from Chowdhury on Jordan James. Go on, Matt.
I was just going to say, it's unlucky. He's obviously got a high energy about him, Chowdhury, and he's trying to nick the ball as
Cover's just done here, as Albrighton delivers into the area too deep, and it will be taken by John Ruddy in his 6-yard box in all yellow, the former England keeper. But they're really initiating that press, aren't they, on that first pass that comes from the defender into the midfield, as they have done here. Doyle shoulder barred in Jordan James off the ball, and then Doyle caught in possession. Coming forward is Keshi Anderson down the right hand side, the former Blackpool man. Leicester have got bodies around him. He gets himself down the line to Laird, though, pulls it back on the deck in towards James in the area. Striker goal in over the bar. Big opportunity for Birmingham City inside the penalty area. It was Koji Miyoshi who picked it up inside the penalty area, laid off to him beautifully by Stansfield, and Miyoshi left-footed just swung it over the bar, looking for his 5th of the season, maybe a yard too high. 10 minutes, nearly 11 on the clock, 0-0.
Yeah, Birmingham worked it really well down the right flank. Laird got to the byline and cut the ball back really well to the edge of the box. A little bit of combination play by Birmingham, and a great shot and goal just over. There's clearly a couple of
Birmingham City centric, I don't want to say fans, personnel, shall we, to our right hand side of in the director's box, who were on their feet as that one was lifting towards Jakub Stolarczyk's top right hand corner.
Just for a moment it did look like it was going to nestle in the top corner from our angle, so I see why they did it.
Be interested to see how that one would go down. Leicester nearly giving the ball away here, and they have Stolarczyk. It's been kept in by Dembele, tackled well on that far side, but Leicester, the makers of their own downfall here, really playing the ball in dangerous position. Stolarczyk to Nelson, and it's a corner for Birmingham City on that far side after Nelson got back well.
Again, overplaying in our own penalty area, really. Stolarczyk trying to play out to Nelson, putting him under pressure, in my opinion, and the young defender didn't really have much he could do. Nearly got the ball taken off him, but recovered well and gave the corner away. That's quite clearly outside of the quadrant.
And when we're talking about outside the quadrant, it's
still outside.
It's 6 inches outside the quadrant. The Leicester fans in the corner not happy with that. Referee Craig Pawson makes sure that Keshi Anderson has the ball adequately on the quadrant and delivers right footed from the left hand side low into Ethan Laird at the near post, cleared away, and Lee Buchanan brings it under control. It's now with Miyoshi right hand side for Birmingham City, 11 on his back, diminutive figure, dinks the ball looking for Stansfield, goes all the way through into Keshi Anderson, back to goal, still has it on the edge of the 6-yard box, left footed strike blocked by Brandon Cover, and Leicester able to get it away. Doyle brought down, free kick given as Birmingham thought they'd win it back. 13 minutes played, 0-0, and Birmingham City showing Leicester some real danger signs here.
Yeah, I think Leicester are lucky not to be 1-0 down after a couple of half opportunities they've got. Nice long ball or long pass into the box, which was brought down by Anderson. Well defended and well recovered again there by Conor Cody.
Better ball there from Stolarczyk as he broke two Birmingham City lines to find Yunus back to goal, who has to go backwards with Kova and now with Stolarczyk again. But Yunus turned around and was immediately moaning at referee Craig Pawson for something that had gone on in there. He said he'd been fouled. 13, nearly 14 on the clock here at King Power Stadium. You're listening to dedicated FA Cup fourth round coverage. Leicester City taking on Birmingham City in the fourth round. Owen Palmer-Atkin, former Foxes defender Matt Heath and Jack Rafferty, your matchday team here at King Power Stadium. As Vardy was a good header, Albrighton tries to find him, it then hits Vardy and goes out of play for a Birmingham City throw in an orthodox left back position on the far side. 14 minutes played, 0-0. Taken by Buchanan into Dembele. There's a slide tackle from Dennis Pratt to try and win it back. But Birmingham still have it with Laird on the right hand side. Tries to nutmeg Wanya Marcel. Hits Marcel on the legs. Goes out of play. Birmingham City throw in just inside Leicester's half on the right hand side for the blue side of Birmingham. Without wanting to jinx it and curse it too much, Matt, Leicester have actually never lost against Birmingham City in the FA Cup. 7 ties, I guess, that Leicester have progressed from. But here come Birmingham City with Dembele, right-footed on the edge of the penalty area. Inside left channel, falls to Miyoshi once more. It's bobbling around in there. Sunjic can't get near it. Picked up by Keshi Anderson. Rolls it into Dembele once more. Tricky customer. Tackle well by Callum Doyle, but Laird has it right-hand side. Corner of the box for Birmingham City. He's got Miyoshi on the overlap. Delivers into the box. Cleared away by Cody. Only as far as Anderson once more. And Sunjic rolls a strike at goal. It's blocked and cleared away. Vardy is being fouled by Bilic. And the referee Craig Pawson gives a free kick for Leicester midway inside their own half, dead centre.
Again, Birmingham putting pressure on the Leicester City goal. Leicester keeping a good shape, forcing them wide, and they forced Birmingham into a pot shot from 25-30 yards then, which don't think it even made the 6-yard line. So
how difficult is it when the manager makes 10 changes in a game like this to try and find, there would have clearly have been training time for all of these players, but to try and find a rhythm?
I think, yeah, very difficult.
Ball lifted over the top by Albrighton, looking to Vardy. It's well defended by Christian Bilic, and it's back now with John Ruddy. Go on, Matt.
Yeah, I was just going to say, very difficult to obviously have the unity in the team. I'm sure the lads, like you say, have been training together. However, training is very different to a match. So Leicester, we've just got to get a foothold of the game, make sure that we don't do any silly passes out from the back, which puts us under unnecessary pressure. I think Birmingham are not respecting us like they may respect our starting 11. They're really trying to squeeze the pitch high and force us into a mistake.
Leicester have won it back here, halfway line. Good tricky feet by Yunus. The Turkish international breaks away. Good play. He's got Albrighton to his right. Strike at goal from Yunus. Says he was fouled as he went to take the strike at goal. Referee Craig Pawson doesn't agree. Over the bar it went of John Ruddy. 17 minutes played, 0-0.
So Yunus picked the ball up on the halfway line, beat 2 men in the centre of midfield, jinked past a third, found himself with the goal opening up 30 yards out, and he decided to take a left-footed shot, which he slashed over the bar. Half an opportunity for Leicester. Yeah,
he did have a hand in the back from Jordan James, but
I think that's good defending.
Yeah, just did enough to put him off, didn't he?
Just done enough to put him off. Not going to be a foul. Well played, Birmingham City.
Jordan James, the son of Tony James, who was the former West Brom, Burton and Wales international. Leicester have got it back here. Vardy almost setting Dennis Pratt away there. Unfortunate. Leicester really trying to push and win this back high here, and they have with Cody and Doyle. Doyle wins his header. Vardy can't get on the end of it. Doyle still pushing high. Jordan James goes down after taking a kick on the ankle.
Is that the ex-Leicester City player Tony James?
I don't know. Not that same one, I don't think. We should double check though, shouldn't we, really, more than anything. His son though, Jordan James, playing in midfield for Birmingham, scored 2 against Leicester earlier in the season in December at St Andrews. was impressive on the night. But Leicester City still adapting to this game, you feel. A couple of misplaced passes, the combinations maybe not working in the same way they ordinarily would. When they do click into gear, they are breezing through this Birmingham City side, but just looks a little like some of the cogs aren't working quite fully at the moment.
Chowdhury just with a simple mistake, maybe taking a little bit too long on the ball. Didn't come to anything, just a throw in, but I'm sure the manager will be looking at the players thinking we just need to step it up a gear, make them passes a little bit crisper, a little bit quicker, move the ball from side to side and try and make an opening.
19 minutes played, 0-0 here at King Power Stadium between Birmingham City and Leicester City in the FA Cup 4th round. Foxes looking to continue their 100% record against Birmingham in this competition in terms of progressing the ties. Brandon Cover, great ball through to Vardy. Flag stays down, heavy touch by Vardy. Will he get there ahead of Ruddy? He doesn't. Ruddy puts it out of play for a throw in. Great ball though from Brandon Cover. Brilliant run by Vardy. 0-0 it remains.
Typical Jamie Vardy, playing on the shoulder. Brandon Cover spotted the run really well.
Albrighton into Pratt inside the area. Will he pull it across? He does to Vardy. There may be a strike at goal. It actually came off a Birmingham City man and out for another Leicester City corner. What a big chance though for Jamie Vardy. Just a heavy touch took him away.
Yeah, it was throw on goal. He's, like you've just said there, Owen, he was running from the halfway line. Just watching it back on the replay now. Oh, that's a great chance, isn't it? Maybe Jamie Vardy in 2 weeks would take that and put it in the back of the net.
The noise inside King Power Stadium rising. Corner Leicester from the right hand side. Mark Albrighton over it, left arm in the air, delivers right footed, whipped towards the penalty spot over the head of Nelson and cleared away. Jeers from the Birmingham fans. Then Hamza Chowdhury lifts it into the sky, brought under control brilliantly by Siriki Dembele. James is through, he can play him in all the way through. Jakub Stolarczyk off his line brilliantly, playing the sweeper keeper role, able to nip out and smash that one clear out for a throw in midway inside Birmingham's half.
Excellent positioning from the goalkeeper. He's on the edge of his box, probably in the D. Leicester's defence opened up like a real big real big partition, and the through ball wasn't bad, but yes, goalkeeper come off his line well and cleared the danger.
Emmanuel Iwu clears forward for Birmingham City from in the corner, over the head of Jay Stansfield, into the path of Nelson, who a dodgy pass into Hamza Chowdhury gives the ball away. Siriki Dembele down the left hand side, intercepted brilliant by Nelson, stepping in front of his man and playing the ball inside to Yunus. And Leicester recycle possession. I think this has been and it will continue to be a slightly more open game from what we've ordinarily seen from Leicester so far this season.
Yeah, we've not seen the possession stats yet, have we? But I don't think it's going to be a 70-80% possession game like we've probably been used to down at the King Power.
Although Birmingham beat Stoke City last time out, and they won it with 29% possession last time.
There's more than one way to win a game.
Currently, Leicester 67% of the ball, 33 for Birmingham City, but arguably Birmingham having the better of the opportunities before Jamie Vardy just ran away a few moments ago. Heavy touch though, just allowed John Ruddy to make up the ground needed. Throw in taken by Birmingham, flicked on by Stansfield looking for the run of Miyoshi. But too heavy, and it rolls through to Jakub Stolarczyk following a pass back from a Leicester defender. Stolarczyk in possession, still on the edge of his penalty area, just hooks it to the left hand side where Doyle brings it control on his thigh, lifts it forward right footed. Wanya Marcel gets up with Ethan Laird and just makes him headed out of play for a Leicester throw.
I'd like to see a little bit more from Marcel. He's not really got on the ball yet, has he? He's not made an impact on the game.
Now, he had an excellent start to the season, didn't he, Wanya Marcel? Scored against Cardiff, and we didn't see him for a very long time. Here come Leicester though, down the right hand side. Albrighton delivery into the area, looking for Jamie Vardy as he has done so many times. It hit a Birmingham man though, cleared away before Brandon Cover, another good tackle on Siriki Dembele, watching him well down the line, putting out a play. for a throw-in.
Yeah, a little bit of urgency from the Leicester players. Pratt with a little 1-2 with headers actually, which laid Mark Albrighton in. Like we spoke about before the game, took one touch out his feet and put the ball in the box. Unfortunately for us, cleared by the defender.
You're listening to BBC Radio Leicester Sport. Owen Palmer-Atkin with you alongside former Foxes defender Matt Heath and Jack Rafferty here at King Power Stadium in the FA Cup 4th round as Birmingham City come forward with Stansfield, goes wide into Keshi Anderson inside the penalty area now on the left hand side. Will he beat one? He beats Brandon Cover just for a moment. Ben Nelson in there, another fellow academy product. Anderson lays it off for Buchanan. Back with Anderson inside left channel now with Siriki Dembele. Leicester battling hard to try and win this back here, but Birmingham applying the pressure. Iwu, the defender, the centre half inside right channel midway into Leicester's territory now. Ethan Laird with Miyoshi plays a neat 1-2. Miyoshi then on the overlap, and it allows Laird to come back into the midfield. Tackled well by Wanya Marcel as the referee gives a free kick. Marcel just missing the ball in the end. 24 minutes gone. This is a free kick 20 yards from the byline and a big opportunity for Birmingham City. 0-0.
Yeah, Birmingham with a free kick 20 yards out, just to the right hand side of the goal. Perfect for a left-footed curler into the top right hand corner.
Yep. It was the
Miyoshi on the ball.
Yeah, he's gone very, very close, didn't he, Miyoshi? He's got some quad muscles on him.
Great legs.
It's quite a diminutive figure, but
what do you think about the Ivan Toney moving the ball? Clever?
I think so,
or
yeah.
Naughty?
Well, both. It was against Forest, so I ain't bothered.
Same.
Free kick then for Birmingham City. 22 yards out. Miyoshi left-footed, delivers low into the area. There was a flick on in there. Can Leicester clear away? Picked up by Miyoshi, but tackled well by Callum Doyle. Leicester not in possession. It's Birmingham down the right-hand side with Siriki Dembele. Will he get to the byline? Tackled by Marcel, and then Siriki Dembele dribbles it out of play. Wanted a corner, thought he'd got a corner, but the assistant referee on this near side puts his flag up.
That's our right winger Mark Albrighton tracking back into the left back spot. What a guy.
Loves it, doesn't he? 26 minutes on the clock. 0-0 in the FA Cup 4th round. A pretty strong Birmingham City side in truth, and a much changed Leicester side as Stolarczyk gives it away, picked up by Sunjic in midfield. Now Miyoshi inside the area, right footed cross over the crossbar it goes. Leicester goal kick, but the Foxes giving the ball away again in a real dangerous position. 26 gone, 0-0.
Enzo's out his technical area now. He's not happy. He's trying to make his presence on the pitch. Again, Leicester just making a rod for their own back, playing passes, putting ourselves under pressure, giving the ball away.
And they're doing it again here. Hamza Chowdhury brought down on the penalty spot after Stolarczyk passed to him. The ball now with Nelson on the byline, able to clear away. Vardy gets a touch on it. The referee gives throw-in Leicester's way. The Birmingham players not happy on that occasion. Taken quickly the throw-in into the path of Nelson, and now Cody on the edge of the penalty area. Hamza Chowdhury gets it from Stolarczyk and rolls the ball to Nelson on the right wing here, midway inside his own half, drills a ball into the middle. Vardy misses it, so does Yunus. Picked up by Iwu, and now Sunjic in midfield. Miyoshi helps it on, neat 1-2 with James into Stansfield, beats his man. James into the area, great football Birmingham City, and a great save from Jakub Stolarczyk to push it around the post out for a corner. Brilliant football between Jordan James and Koji Miyoshi. Sent James away, looking for his third goal against Leicester this season. And it was a save from Jakub Stolarczyk in the end that denied him.
Some wonderful one-touch passing from Birmingham down the centre of the pitch, involving James. Miyoshi, and ended up with a strike on goal from Stansfield, I think. Top goal scorer for Birmingham City. You would think he'd put the ball in the back of the net. Great chance, another great save.
Nearly 28 minutes on the clock. Corner Birmingham. Their second of the game. Keshi Anderson over it, delivers right footed in towards the near post, headed into the sky by Yunus. Marcel underneath it with Siriki Dembele, and Dembele able to bring it down well and go backwards towards Ivan Sunjic, Croatian international, backwards to another former international in John Ruddy for England. Long ball forward, won by Laird. Doyle misses his header, Keshi Anderson finds Siriki Dembele in the penalty area, pulls it back, looking for Anderson, left-footed, and another great save by Jakub Solarczyk. Saves it, pushes it to his left, and then dives on it before Miyoshi could get there. Jakub Solarczyk, brilliant play. 28 and a half on the clock, 0-0.
Birmingham City are going to... I just know they're going to look back on this at half-time and be very annoyed that they're not 1-0 up. They've had a number of good chances. Again, a great save there by Solarczyk. 8 yards out, should have been a goal.
Good ball by Doyle, looking to find Yunus. He let the ball run through his legs and it was cleared away. Can Leicester pick it back up here with Chowdhury? He's tackled by Stansfield, and down the right hand side Birmingham City have it back. Jordan James, right-footed switch of the play. It's high, it's going to be too high, is it, for Siriki Dembele? It's headed brilliantly and covered brilliantly by Brandon Cover into Mark Albrighton. And Leicester recycle the ball. Dennis Pratt deep in his own half. 29 gone, goalless here at King Power Stadium. Cody into Yunus, now back with Doyle. Down the line he finds Wanya Marcel, takes it on his right instep, just shrugs off Ethan Laird and delivers the ball backwards to Callum Doyle and Connor Cody at the heart of Leicester's defence. 29 and a half gone, 0-0.
Leicester have just got to be careful with the turnovers they're giving away. I don't think Birmingham really have created anything from good play from their back line through the line through midfield. It's all from Leicester's mistakes, giving the ball away, and it's happened again midway in our own back line.
With Yunus being caught by Koji Miyoshi, he has it back here. Chowdhury jumps out to press. It's now with Keshi Anderson, lifts it over the top for Laird on the right hand side, on the byline, delivers into the penalty area. It hits the back leg of Wanya Marcel and goes out for Birmingham City's third corner of the game, goalless. And you talked about Birmingham maybe being annoyed at half time that they're not maybe 1-0 up in this game, but I can imagine that Tony Mowbray will be the happier of the two managers.
Oh, quite clearly Tony Mowbray's got his team working well. I'm sure his game plan was to high press, put us under pressure, create opportunities from nothing, and if that was the case, then they're certainly doing it.
Another corner then for Birmingham City. Anderson over it, right hand side, lifts it, better one this time into the penalty area, cleared away by Nelson. Ball still inside the penalty area. He's going to fall to Miyoshi, left hand side, onto his left foot, back now. Will there be a delivery? There is. It's stabbed into Stansfield, back to goal, bobbling around. Yunus gets there, lifts it into the path of Cover, who could just kick it anywhere will do really. It goes out of play for a Birmingham throw, left hand side for the blue side of Birmingham. Taken quickly, and Albrighton battling to try and win it back, and he's won a free kick, and could have been anyone on the pitch, and I don't think the Birmingham fans would have moaned too much. Just because it's Mark Albrighton, the hands are being thrown, they think it's not a foul.
He'll do no right today, will he?
I do love that pettiness. It's great. Good ball though. Breaks a couple of lines.
Football banter.
Yeah, let's call it that. Jamie Vardy has it now. Left hand side, Wanya Marcel bringing it under control. Corner of the box. Left hand side, Marcel gets to the byline. Delivers left footed. It's blocked, but only as far as Yunus. Back with Marcel now. Doyle. Chowdhury was waiting for it. Doyle tried to deliver. Blocked by Sunjic. And Wanya Marcel, the ball hits him on his thigh and bobbles out of play. Just got his positioning wrong there, Wanya Marcel. We've got 13 minutes to go till half time, 0-0.
Even though he gave the ball away, Marcel, he received the ball and he was attacking the defender. He was trying to attack with pace, trying to make something happen. I feel like any wide attacking midfielder, once they get a 1v1 opportunity against a fullback, I'd love them to just try something, take them on. They might lose the ball, but the next time they do it, try it again, and they might get across. Might be third or fourth time, but their job is to try and create something.
Here come Birmingham City down the right hand side. Jordan James set away, opening his legs up. Down the right hand side is Keshi Anderson, picks it up, tries to turn on the ball. He's watched well by Ben Nelson and tackled well on 2 occasions. Anderson though for Birmingham City comes away with the ball. Bright orange, fluorescent orange shirts for Birmingham City. Jordan James tries to break the line of 2 Leicester players, gets it back there, delivering to the area. Stansfield strike, pulls it across and cleared away. It was blocked inside the 6-yard box. Another good effort for Birmingham City. Laird goes wide to Jordan James, back on the overlap is Laird, gets around Marcel, delivering to the area, striker goal, another big save and another striker goal over the bar from Jay Stansfield, picking it up inside the area. Stansfield first time, curled it right footed, saved by Solacek, right down his throat. The ball bounced out to him again on the half volley, right footed, lifts it over the penalty box and lifts it over the crossbar, I should say. And a massive chance for Birmingham City to open the scoring once more, which they don't take. 0-0.
First and foremost, a great save there by Stolacek, just outside of the 6-yard box. Stansfield with a snapshot. Great strong hands to palm it away. Unfortunately, we're getting overloaded down our left back area. Marcel not tracking back with the overlapping runs of Laird. And they're creating opportunity after opportunity from pullbacks, cutbacks from the right hand side. We need to just be aware of that if we're going to stay in this game.
And we just saw images of Enzo Maresca there, who was just shaking his head. Plenty of games going on in the FA Cup today. If you did miss it a little bit earlier on, here come Birmingham City. Stansfield, another strike. If you did miss it a little bit earlier on, Maidstone United through to the 5th round after beating Ipswich by 2-1 at Portman Road. Elsewhere in the FA Cup games today, Everton 0, Luton 0, Leeds United beating Plymouth by 1-0. Sheffield United are 2-0 down against Brighton, and 0-0 of course here between Leicester and Birmingham. Fulham take on Newcastle United in the 7 o'clock kickoff a little bit later tonight. Long ball forward by Nelson, brought down on the chest of Jamie Vardy well, and now Vardy picks it back up inside right channel, just to the right of the centre circle, down the line looking for a good ball to find Pratt. Will he get there? He does. He's got Albrighton on the overlap. Pratt tried to find him, it's blocked brilliantly by Christian Bilic, cleared away. Kova can't get there ahead of Sariki Dembele, but tackles him brilliantly in front of the East stand. He gets a big old cheer, and he has had a brilliant first half for such a young man coming into this team. He made one mistake and he's recovered from it brilliantly. Yeah,
small mistake early on, but like you've just said, Owen, he's intercepting really well. He's making simple passes. I think we just need to start breaking that Birmingham City high press. That time we played a 30-40 yard ball, I think it was from Ben Nelson into Jamie Vardy's feet. Fortunately he was able to get hold of it, make a good set to a midfielder, and we were on the counter-attack straight away. So I'd like to see that a little bit more from the goalkeeper and the defenders playing out from the back. Just look a little bit further afield to try and play into front man a little bit earlier.
A foul was committed whilst you were speaking there, Matt. It was Dennis Pratt on Lee Buchanan at left back for Birmingham City. Buchanan clearing the ball away and was cleared up by Dennis Pratt after the ball had gone. 9 minutes to go until half time. Ball turned around the corner by James into the feet of Laird, who is followed this time by Wanya Marcel doing his defensive duties. Here's Miyoshi back into Laird, fouled by Doyle was Laird, but Miyoshi comes away with the ball into Stansfield. He's got Keshi Anderson on the overlap to the right hand side. Stansfield into the penalty area, strike at goal, takes a nick over the bar. Connor Cody turns around asking where the defensive reinforcements were. 8 minutes to go until half time. 0-0, another Birmingham City corner.
Another chance created down their right hand side. Stansfield had a number of options. He could have slipped in the Birmingham City winger for a cutback cross, but he decided, as all good goal scorers are, to be selfish and have another shot at goal. If he keeps shooting this many times, he's going to score soon.
Yeah, just by the law of averages.
Law of averages, and being top goal scorer in the team, he quite clearly can put the ball in the back of the net. So I think
9 goals this season, 3 assists as well. On loan from Fulham is Jay Stansfield, the 21-year-old. Corner though for Birmingham on the left-hand side. Keshi Anderson over it, delivers right-footed. This time just lifts it towards Ethan Laird at the back post, wins his header, cleared away inside the penalty box. Can Yunus pick it up left-hand side against Miyoshi? He then pushes Miyoshi over and gets away with one, I think, there.
Very lucky. 2 hands in the back there. I can clearly see why Miyoshi is upset with the assistant referee, who was only 2 yards away. God knows how he didn't see that.
The referee Craig Pawson seemed to indicate to Miyoshi there that the Japanese international was already going down before the push came in. I don't think he was.
I think the ref's making excuses for a mistake there.
Yeah, I would happen to agree, Matt Heath. Joining us on commentary duty today, the former Foxes defender and academy product. 7 minutes to go until half-time. Leicester take the goal kick short to Cody, by Cody to Solacek, who switches the play to Doyle. Almost set Wanya Marcel away, but intercepted well by Birmingham City after Marcel missed his touch. Now Sunjic into the path of Keshi Anderson. Down the right-hand side finds Sariki Dembele, and he's pulled Ben Nelson out of position here. Dembele has it for Birmingham City. 2 step-overs. Gets around Brandon Cover. Cover stands his ground brilliantly. The referee waves away a free kick. And Cover able to go backwards, and Leicester keep possession, although they've just given it away again, the Foxes, with Dembele. That's a big tackle by Cover. Referee says advantage. Dembele into the penalty area onto his right foot, pulls it back across. Stansfield turns, strike a goal, and another outstanding save.
I think that come off the post there, Owen. Stansfield received the ball in the box.
He did, didn't he? Sunjic down the left-hand side into Sariki Dembele. Stansfield's waiting for it. Dembele pulls it. He's gone back to goal, spins on it, right-footed. Yeah, it does hit the post. Stolarczyk threw himself across. And Leicester survive again. Birmingham City hit the outside of the post.
He's really lively, isn't he, the Fulham loanee?
He is. You can see why he's scored so many goals this season for Birmingham City.
I read this morning that Birmingham has secured him for the rest of the season. Ipswich were lurking.
Yeah, Ipswich desperate for another striker, aren't they? Only have 2 in their first team squad, one of which is pretty much injured out for the rest of the season. Former Leicester man George Hurst. It was Caden Jackson leading the line for Ipswich Town in pretty much every game. Long ball forward from a free kick given away by Leicester. It's picked up by Birmingham City with Keshi Anderson into Stansfield, back to Anderson inside the penalty area, lays it off for Dembele, left foot is saved by Stolarczyk, and out for another Birmingham City corner. Leicester are living life dangerously here. 4.5 to go till half time, 0-0.
I feel like Enzo needs to change something. It's repetitive, it's chance after chance after chance for Birmingham. Something's not quite clicking. I'm sure he's way more qualified than we are sitting up here to work out what it is, but something needs to change.
Enzo Maresca, hand in pockets, stares at the floor. There's another Birmingham City corner, their 5th of the game. Keshi Anderson over it in bright orange shirts, delivers right-footed, curling from the left-hand side, heads go up, cleared away, and then Yunus helps it on. That's going to bounce out of play for a Birmingham City throw-in on the right-hand side for Tony Mowbray's side. Ivan Sunjic jogs over to get it, drops it for Laird, and he throws it down the line looking for Stansfield. It was headed and watched well by Callum Doyle. Yunus then gives it away. Enzo Maresca stands arms open before Doyle has to tackle Stansfield again to put it out of play for a Birmingham City throw. Throw-in taken by Laird into Sariki Dembele. Gets it back, does Dembele, down the right-hand side. Tries to jink his shoulders and hips a few times. Laird, with a little bit of fortune, able to keep the ball down the right for Birmingham City. Beats Marcel into the area, falls towards the back post. Anderson lays it off. Another striker goal and another block. Brandon Cover getting across and launching himself in front of that strike.
Excellent block by Cover. This time another cross from the right-hand side. This time whizzing across the 6-yard line. Picked up on the left-hand side of Birmingham City's left full-back. Buchanan with the shot this time.
Corner taken short by Anderson into Miyoshi. Now with Dembele, right-footed delivery into the area. Vardy helps it on and it goes out for a corner on the other side. 7th of the game for Birmingham City. They are really trying to turn the screw here and find a way through this Leicester City side to break the deadlock just before half-time.
I think it's important the experienced players, Connor Cody's speaking to his team now. We've got 3 or 4 minutes before half-time. We need to get to half-time, be able to regroup, come up with a plan of action. But it's important we don't concede, especially this corner. the 43rd minute.
Keshi Anderson over it, left arm in the air, right hand side, right footed, delivery into the area, flicked on by a Birmingham man at the near post and then cleared away at the second time of asking by Dennis Pratt. Yunus chasing after it, and it's gone all the way back to goalkeeper John Ruddy in all yellow for Birmingham City. Leicester, their line midway inside their own half, ball played over the top. That's going to be too heavy for Stansfield, and it will be kept in by Jakub Stolarczyk just outside his penalty area and rolls it into the path of Connor Cody. And Leicester taking a welcome break from the Birmingham City barrage that's come their way in the last 15 minutes. Doyle, long ball over the top, looking for Vardy, leaning on Bilic, gets around Bilic, and then Vardy right-footed, lifts it over the head of John Ruddy into the back of the net. He was just leaning, Jamie Vardy, on Christian Bilic, and the referee Craig Pawson says a foul was committed in the process. Vardy arguing his case against him. It was a neat turn and finish though from Jamie Vardy.
Yeah, I feel like it probably was a foul. Vardy obviously arguing with Craig Pawson that it wasn't. I think he just gave a little nudge in the back just to off-balance the defender. The referee's always going to give that as a foul, especially as he was through on goal.
Well, just a minute to go until half-time. You're listening to BBC Radio Leicester Sport. Owen Palmer-Atkin, former Foxes defender Matt Heath, and Jack Rafferty, your matchday team here at King Power Stadium. 0-0 between Leicester City and Birmingham City in the FA Cup fourth round, although I'm not quite sure how. Birmingham City have been very good in the final third. They've had a number of big chances, but they've just not taken, although Birmingham have just given the ball away. Yunus and Dennis Pratt intercepting. Yunus has it now left hand side, Pratt is still with him, Marcel to his left, Chowdhury inside, but Pratt has to go backwards to Doyle, left hand side for Leicester here, into Cody, just dinks it over the path of Jay Stansfield, and there goes the half-time whistle. Enzo Maresca turns straight down the tunnel. I think he's got some work to do in the 15 minutes to get this Leicester City side clicking once again. The Foxes haven't really been anywhere near it in that first half. They've allowed Birmingham City to control the majority of the game, often in the final third for Birmingham. And it's the away side who arguably should be ahead in this game. A couple of real big chances, and Leicester lucky to go in at the break with it 0-0 at the moment. As I say, plenty of work to do. Half-time, Leicester 0, Birmingham 0. Analysis now to come from former Foxes defender Matt Heath and your matchday presenter Jack Rafferty.
Owen, thank you very much indeed. Matt, simple question: how are Leicester not losing this game?
I've just got the stats up, Jack. 14 shots for Birmingham, 5 on target, only 2 for Leicester, none on target. That is absolute. I'm going to take the positives out of it. It's 0-0. Something quite clearly isn't clicking. I'd probably put it down to the 10 changes, maybe a little bit of match sharpness that we're lacking as a group. That being said, we've had a couple of little half chances on the break, but we're not playing like a Leicester City team at home. We're playing more like a team away from home on the counter-attack. Birmingham have brought it to us, set the stall out early on, and they're playing really well.
They are playing well, and as you say, they've created all those chances. Has it been poor finishing from Birmingham, or does Jakub Stolarczyk in Leicester's goal deserve a lot of credit?
I think a little bit of both, really. Stolarczyk has made 5 great saves. Birmingham have hit the post on another occasion. You could argue that most of the 14 shots on goal have been half chances. 1 or 2 you would expect to see the net ripple. But once again, Leicester just keep putting themselves under pressure. Birmingham City are nicking the ball in our final or our defensive third, and with little bits of quick play, being able to create chances, especially, like I said in commentary, from the right hand side of the pitch, finding them overloads, crossing the ball back, usually on the floor, and finding the shot from there on.
We obviously see Leicester play this style every week, but are we just seeing the difference between players that are in the starting 11, if you want to call it that, so do it week in, week out, are used to the speed it needs, the pressure of the press, compared to players that aren't playing week in, week out, and therefore are going to be a little bit, maybe a bit more nervous, a bit more disjointed?
Yeah, look, I mean, they're all professional footballers on the pitch. They're all very, very good, talented young men. I think if you put one or two of them players in and amongst the starting 11, it'll be absolutely fine. They'll fit in just right. But to just change the whole squad, I know why it's happened. I know why we're doing it. The league form and the league results are way more important than this FA Cup match today. However, to put a whole 10 changes in, it quite clearly is just disrupting the flow of the game.
Let's talk positives. I mean, Brandon Cover, who hadn't been in a matchday squad at all before today, in from the start, playing in the Ricardo position of the inverted right back, which is not only a very important position and covering one of Leicester's most important players, but it's obviously a complicated position to play with the fact that he's inverting in. How is he getting on?
Jack, I was just going to say the same. Arguably, that's the most difficult position to play on the whole pitch. You're playing a different position in and out of possession, and for such a young player to come in and put a performance like that in the first half, then he needs to take a lot of credit. He's been again and again making interceptions, blocking shots on the ball. As all of us, we've not had a lot of possession, so he's not really had the chance to impress while in possession, but definitely his defensive duties, as Ben Nelson, he's really put in a few good blocks, a few great covering interceptions, so both defenders can hold their head up high with the performance in the first half.
I think what's most impressive, I mean, we've seen him do a couple of good bits of defending, but he looks so confident on the ball. Clearly a big part of that Ricardo role, that Winks role as well that Chowdhury is covering. It needs you to be confident on the ball, and for a young lad to be doing that in front of 30,000 people for the first time, you would think he might be a bit nervous, especially I think he had one where he gave the ball away, but immediately he was ready to get back on the ball again. It didn't faze him.
Yeah, Owen highlighted that in commentary, that he wanted the ball straight away. Literally 30 seconds after giving the ball away, he was asking for it again and receiving it again and making a good pass. So for such a young player to have that confidence in his own ability, that mindset to want to keep asking for the ball, then you would just hope with a little bit more experience over the next year or two, then he could flourish into a really good player.
Brandon Cover painted himself in glory. The rest of the team struggling, but the positive news is Leicester City are still level at the break. It's goalless between City and Birmingham here at King Power Stadium. The other half-time scores, by the way, in the FA Cup: Luton leading by a goal to nil at Goodison Park against Everton. It's Leeds 1, Plymouth 0, and just about half-time between Sheffield United and Brighton. It is currently 2-1 to the visitors. I mean, what a story in the early kick-off, by the way. The magic of the Cup really coming into play. Leicester's promotion rivals in the Championship, Ipswich, lost to 6th tier Maidstone United, meaning they reached the last 16 for the first time in their history. That was 2-1 to Maidstone there at Portman Road. Now, this weekend, it's the final four in the BBL Trophy, with Leicester Riders facing Cheshire Phoenix tonight before the final on Sunday in Birmingham. It's been a tough season, but they've turned their form round of late with the help of the man they call Teddy Buckets. Real name Teddy Allen. He was the Canadians' MVP last year, but came to the Riders in the middle of the season and has the highest points average in the BBL ever since. And Adam Whitty went to meet him.
But it comes free to Henry, and now to Allen. Here it goes, three-pointer. Got it!
Well, three's better than two anyway. Teddy Buckets, he's in the building.
He's been, magical in his time here. I think he is a player that everybody knew could score, and he didn't disappoint right away. And I think that was so impressive that he had a lot of hype coming in, and he has made us a better defensive team, a better rebounding team, and also a better passing team.
We'll start with probably the obvious question, the question that you're probably sick of. Teddy Buckets has become the nickname.
My freshman year in college, I played for a Hall of Fame coach. And, they were calling me in high school, but once Bob Huggins, the coach at West Virginia at the time, we played a game on ESPN, and he was always calling me Teddy Buckets, so the announcer started calling me Teddy Buckets, and it kind of just stuck from there.
Do you mind it?
No, I don't mind it. I feel like, it's like a sign of respect, like anybody who got buckets attached to their name must be like pretty good, or decent at least, right?
Then tell me about the secret to the high scoring. I guess, is it a good 3-point game? Is that it, or is there more to it than that?
I think it's really just like being versatile, being able to score, just being able to take what the defense gives you. Obviously, like, it's quick, it's good, it's easy to run it up with threes, but sometimes they take that away. Being able to finish, and I think about it like a 3-level scorer.
Who were you watching when you were growing up? I guess are you a little bit too old for Steph Curry? I guess.
I mean, obviously, like, I was a big Kobe Bryant fan, LeBron fan. It's kind of tough to do what those guys do, but I mean, someone I felt like who I could like pattern my game after maybe would be like someone like Paul Pierce, Luka Doncic, guys like that. Even though he's like newer, D'Angelo Russell, kind of guys like that. Just play at your own pace. Get your shots, get to your spots that you want. It's hard to be like Kobe or LeBron. Those guys are freaks, but those are the guys I looked up to growing up. But I kind of patterned my game after people that more I felt like could fit like my physical makeup.
And so. You were, MVP in Canada, weren't you, recently? I guess the question is, and I'm not downplaying the BBL, certainly not downplaying Leicester, but why Leicester? There must have been, were there other teams in Canada after you? There might have been the US, certainly European teams who might have been after you.
Yeah, there was a lot of different opportunities. Unfortunately, some of them like fell through, and it's kind of bad communication with former agents of mine. So, I ended up here. I'm grateful for the opportunity though. And just grateful to be here with the guys and just build off this. It's only like my second year pro, so I'm not worried. Like the bigger stuff will continue to come.
And how are you finding it? Not easy to join halfway through the season. You of course joined a team that at that point were struggling a little bit in the league. But I was just chatting to Rob Paternoster about you. He mentioned the welcoming nature of the team and how it might not have been. Some teams might not have been as nice and as friendly and as welcoming to you. Was that your experience?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, first game, it's hard to come in somewhere and score 30 without the teammates being unselfish, And they were just, when I got here, they were welcoming to me. A lot of them hit me up before I even came here, Instagram, what have you. And it was just good to feel welcome on the team, especially when sometimes, like you said, like when a scorer comes, guys might not be as welcoming, but they took me in with open arms and try to work me in with everything, with the culture of the team, the plays and everything. So I can't tip my hat to these guys enough for being unselfish and just getting a guy like me in here.
Teddy Buckets there, Teddy Allen speaking to Adam Whitty ahead of Leicester Riders in the BBL Trophy semi-final. They face Cheshire Phoenix tonight. If they win that, they're in the final tomorrow. Looking for a bit of silverware this season. We'll keep you updated on our Twitter feed at BBC RL Sport. At the break here at King Power Stadium, Leicester City are somehow still goalless. Birmingham City have had plenty of chances. We'll have the story of the first half in just a sec.
This remains one of the toughest processes around.
On BBC iPlayer,
I need you to create a virtual escape room.
The Apprentice is back.
So excited to be here in Budapest.
I want you to launch a new Formula E team.
Every second counts!
You lost me money.
Sorry, guys, shush. Just tell the truth.
You've been using Crumble.
The fish cake.
You kidding?
The Apprentice.
You're fired.
Starts Thursday on BBC iPlayer.
BBC Radio Leicester Sport.
The FA Cup is back and Leicester City welcome another Midlands side in Birmingham City, with both teams looking for a place in the 5th round. Good news for the Foxes though, they've never been beaten by the blue side of Birmingham in this competition. The road to Wembley continues. It's Leicester City versus Birmingham City right here on BBC Radio Leicester. Great ball through to Vardy. Flag stays down. Heavy touch by Vardy. Will he get there ahead of Ruddy? He doesn't. Ruddy puts it out of play for a throw-in. Great ball though from Brandon Cover. Brilliant run by Vardy. 0-0 it remains. Albrighton into Pratt inside the area. Will he pull it across? He does to Vardy. There may be a striking goal. It actually came off a Birmingham City man and out for another Leicester City corner. James into the area. Great football, Birmingham City. And a great save from Jakub Stolarczyk to push it around the post out for a corner. Brilliant football between Jordan James and Koji Miyoshi. Sent James away looking for his 3rd goal against Leicester this season. And it was a save from Jakub Stolarczyk in the end. Pesci Anderson finds Sariki Dembele in the penalty area, pulls it back, looking for Anderson, left-footed, and another great save by Jakub Solarczyk. Saves it, pushes it to his left, and then dives on it before Miocic could get there. Jakub Solarczyk, brilliant play. 28.5 on the clock, 0-0. That's a big tackle by Kova. Referee says advantage. Dembele into the penalty area, onto his right foot, pulls it back across. Stansfield turns, striker goal, and another outstanding save.
That is how it happened in the first half here at King Power Stadium. Just looking at the warm-ups currently taking place, it looks like Enzo Maresca might be possibly looking at a double, even a triple change. Currently Casey McAteer and Ricardo out, stripped and ready to go, and I'm pretty sure I've just seen James Justin as well. In fact, James Justin wandering out onto the pitch as well. All three of them warming up with no bibs or training jackets on, so potentially a triple change, Matt Heath. Does that give an indication of what Enzo Maresca thinks of what he's seen so far?
I think so. It's not surprising. We needed to do something different. I mentioned in the first half that the manager does need to change something else. There's only one outcome to the game. Bringing three lads on that have been playing in the starting 11 more recently is only going to be a good thing for the rest of the team. I'm sure it'll raise the levels of all 11 of the players that are going to be coming out on the pitch in the second half.
The shame of it is, the sad thing is that you would assume with both Ricardo and James Justin coming on, that probably means that young lad Brandon Kova is going to be pulled, despite the fact that he's not really put a foot wrong.
Yes, it does. Obviously, both of them play in that Kova position. I'd like to think that he's going to try and fit them in somewhere else. He's played really well, like we've just been saying, so only time will tell with that. I think just all around we just need to up the sharpness of the passing, the combinations. I think the experienced players need to just step up and take a little bit of responsibility, have a little bit more courage on the ball. It's not that we don't want to receive the ball, because we do want to receive the ball in tight areas, but actually play in areas that we should be playing in, and try and get the ball through the midfield, through the thirds of the pitch, into our strikers and our wingers, where we can actually put a little bit of pressure on that Birmingham defence. I think they've had it easy up to now, the defenders on the opposition team.
I was just thinking it could possibly be Albrighton for Casey McAteer or Pratt for Ricardo, but they are both out there. It does look like it's Kova that's going to be going off. I can't see Callum Doyle either, so you would think James Justin for Doyle, Ricardo for Kova, and then Wanya Marcel, it looks like, isn't there. Owen will confirm all in just a sec, but I'll hand to your commentary team for the second half, Matt Heath and Owen Palmer-Atkin.
Thank you very much, Joe Rafferty. Yeah, a big 45 minutes on the horizon and plenty of work to do for Enzo Maresca at half-time. We are going to get a couple of changes for Leicester, and we are also going to get a couple of changes for Birmingham City as well. So the first change, off goes Callum Doyle. He's replaced by James Justin. Ricardo Pereira is coming on. He's going to be replacing, just get confirmation in the next few moments, the fourth official just taking this time. He replaces Brandon Kova.
Is number 21, Ricardo Pereira.
And then Casey McAteer replacing Wanya Marcel. We're also going to see Mark Roberts for Birmingham City. Mark Roberts, the 33-year-old, coming on for his 10th appearance of the season. He replaces Ethan Laird. So it looks like Emmanuel Iwu will move over to play right back for Birmingham City in this second half.
Laird had a good first half, so that's a positive for us.
Yeah, we are back underway here on BBC Radio Leicester Sport. 3 changes at the break then for Leicester City, and a big 45 minutes on the horizon. We're fortunate to be in at the break at 0-0, and the Foxes almost giving the ball away inside the 18-yard box in the opening 20 seconds of the first half. But now Leicester have got a job on their hands to get themselves back in this game, get their heads screwed on, and find a way past this Birmingham side to get to the 5th round of the FA Cup. Leicester in blue shirts, blue shorts and blue socks, kicking from left to right towards the Kop end in this second half. Birmingham City in bright orange shirts, black shorts and orange socks, defending the Kop end and kicking towards their away supporters, of which there's just over 5,000 here at King Power Stadium today. Owen Palmer-Atkin, former Foxes defender and academy product Matt Heath, and Jack Rafferty, your match day team for FA Cup 4th round action. What are the most important things that Leicester need to get right in the first 10 minutes of this second half, Matt Heath?
I think primarily...
Oh, they've just won it back here, Leicester. Eunice, switch of the play after getting it from Vardy, finds Mark Albrighton. Good play by Leicester, delivery Albrighton looking for Vardy, header, and a Vardy goal! It's the old duo combining once more. How many times have we said Albrighton to Vardy, and they've combined once more to open the scoring in this game. Albrighton with a delightful cross right hand side into the penalty area. Vardy peeled away from his man and headed home for his 8th goal of the season. It's Leicester 1, Birmingham 0.
It's a great goal from Leicester. Mark Albrighton, Jamie Vardy playing great parts in this goal. It was won back in midfield by Eunice. Casey McAteer did his job as well, putting pressure on the Birmingham in midfield. The ball got switched out to the right hand side. Mark Albrighton whipped in the cross, just as we were speaking about before the game, and Jamie Vardy rose at the back post just to nod it in right into the bottom corner, gave Ruddy absolutely no chance. Vardy pointing at Mark Albrighton, thanking him for putting it on a plate for him. What a winger.
And what a striker. Jamie Vardy and Mark Albrighton combining once more. Things you love to see on a Saturday afternoon, as Leicester come down the right hand side with Dennis Pratt, delivery into the area, blocked by Buchanan, and that's going to go out of play. Sorry, it was blocked by Sunjic, in the middle of the park, and that will go out of play for a Leicester throw-in. Just had a few Leicester fans or a few people in the director's box walking in front of us there, unable to really see what's going on, as Ricardo backheeling to find Mark Albrighton after standing of the ball. Trickery from Ricardo, and instantly those 3 changes you can see have made a difference, and Leicester have started really brightly in this second half, Matt Heath.
Yeah, I just hope that with a combination of the substitutions and that goal, it will just bring that little bit of swagger back to our play.
I can exactly see where you're coming from, as Leicester have won it back with Albrighton down the right wing to Vardy. Albrighton trying to get round his man. Bilic puts a hand in the face of Mark Albrighton. The assistant referee waves his flag. Free kick for Leicester. We have played nearly 4 minutes in this second half. It's just a couple of yards really from the byline, in between the penalty area and the touchline for Leicester City, and a real good opportunity to load the box.
I think that's a little unfortunate from Bilic's point of view. Mark Albrighton, in my opinion, had lost the ball, but just through being a lot shorter than the big centre half, he got a little forearm on the side of the face, and obviously, like all good experienced players do, bought the free kick. Great opportunity from Leicester, right hand side of their penalty box, crossing.
2 arms in the air for Mark Albrighton. 1 assist already today. Delivers right footed into the area. Heads go up, it was nearly James Justin. Falls to Chowdhury, edge of the area. Now with Eunice. Slips away from him, and Sariki Dembele over to take it off of Eunice's back heel really. Keshi Anderson battling with Eunice here, and then Eunice just steps on his left foot, brings him down. Bit of a silly foul really. He'd stopped the counter-attack, Eunice, and just needed to continue to harry, but instead fouled, and Birmingham City go backwards from the free kick all the way to goalkeeper John Ruddy. So the way that Leicester setting up in this second half after the changes: Jakub Stolarczyk in goal, Ben Nelson, Connor Cody and James Justin the back 3. The 2 in midfield are Ricardo Pereira and Hamza Chowdhury. Just in front of them, Eunice and Dennis Pratt, with Albrighton wide right, Casey McAteer wide left, and Jamie Vardy leading the line for the Foxes this afternoon and scoring his 8th goal of the season, Jamie Vardy. It's also goal number 178 in a Leicester shirt.
We spoke about at half-time, didn't we, about the experienced players stepping up, showing a little bit of courage. Mark Albright and Jamie Vardy have certainly done that.
Miyoshi, though, coming forward here for Birmingham City. It fell to Stansfield. Justin's tackled only as far as Iwu, right-hand side. Back with Stansfield, corner of the box, on the right for Birmingham City, right in front of their fans. Ball into Jordan James, gets to the byline, goes down once a penalty. The referee just waves it away. It's one of the more obvious dives you'll see maybe this afternoon. Jordan James just took a little bit more of a heavy touch, went down trying to buy one.
No way near a foul, is it? Should be a yellow card, that.
Yeah, I agree. He didn't go all up in arms appealing for it, did he, in the end? As Chowdhury gives the ball away. Now it's Stansfield, edge of the area, rolls it for Anderson, in the box, over the bar, just popped up for him, left-footed, and just tried to slap it as hard as he could to try and find the back of the net, and lifts it, probably I think with his shin over the bar. 51, nearly 52 minutes on the clock. Leicester leading by a goal to nil.
Again, as good as that first 5 minutes have been for Leicester, them little mistakes just slipped in. Chowdhury giving the ball away right outside of his own penalty area, and a little bit of combination play between Stansfield and Anderson just gave another opportunity to the Birmingham frontman.
Leicester have given the ball away on the far side for a Birmingham throw. They were playing it very dangerously inside their 18-yard box once more, and Birmingham have it with Sunjic into Keshi Anderson. Sariki Dembele made the overlapping run, and Leicester take control with Ricardo. Now Yunus breaking forward, Vardy working, Vardy waiting. Yunus still has it, needs to pass it. Yunus gets away from Sunjic well and switches the play to find Albrighton. Good play by the Turkish international, brought down by Albrighton. Chops onto his left foot, goes down, didn't ask for a free kick there. He just slipped there, Mark Albrighton. Ball cleared down the line, Ricardo jumping across against Sariki Dembele to win it back, and then dribbling round Stansfield. Quality from Ricardo to look after the ball for Leicester and keep this possession cycle rotating.
The whole the attack just came from, and I'm going to look out for my young centre halves. Ben Nelson stepping in, making a great interception when Birmingham were looking to probe the Leicester back line, which then started off a great counter-attack. Yunus driving the ball forward, eating up about 40 yards of space before feeding Albrighton. Unfortunately, didn't come to anything that time.
Throwing down the right by Ricardo, looking for Jamie Vardy, who is battling with Christian Bilic. 53 and a half minutes played. Leicester leading by a goal to nil. Ricardo into Mark Albrighton. Just tried to reverse the ball to try and find Dennis Pratt, but the ball was intercepted, and Birmingham over the halfway line. Great tackle by Ben Nelson. Stansfield had it on the left. Nelson came across, slide tackle, throwing quickly taken into Miyoshi. Loose touch, and it finds Hamza Chowdhury in the middle of the park. Back to Stolarczyk, and now with Ben Nelson, and Leicester looking more like Leicester City in this second half, with Ricardo, McAteer and James Justin added to the play as Albrighton lifts the ball over the top, looking for Vardy once more. Good header by Bilic inside the 18-yard box, able to get it away for Birmingham City, only as far as Sunjic, who tried to just lift it over the head of Ricardo Pereira, who already is probably the best player in a Leicester shirt we've seen so far in this game.
I was just going to say, as well as Ben Cover did in his defensive responsibilities, Ricardo's just brought that little bit of composure in midfield when we've got possession. He's definitely making it a lot easier for Leicester to try and progress up the pitch. Again, here we go.
Ricardo sets Vardy away, the flag goes up, Vardy rounds the goalkeeper and slides it home. He thinks he's got his second of the day, but the assistant referee has his flag up. Vardy turns away in anger, says absolutely no chance to referee Craig Pawson. There is no VAR at this stage of the competition. We're going to see a replay here.
Very tight. Again, Ricardo winning the ball the midfield and finding a great through ball to Vardy, who was playing on the shoulder as he always does. Hard to tell from looking at that replay. Would have been very tight. Quite easily could have been 2-0, game over.
Yeah, he was coming back from an offside position, wasn't it, Jamie Vardy? Ben Nelson gives the ball away into Siriki Dembele, 25 yards out, strike at goal, very high, into the stand behind Jakub Solarczyk's goal and into those Birmingham City fans.
Seems much more like a contest now, doesn't it, Owen? Leicester giving just as good as we're receiving. I'm sure that the whole of this second half will follow in this same pattern. I'd like to see a little bit more on the ball of Pratt. I'd like to see him get a foothold in the game and try and use his creativity to feed the Leicester forwards.
They're coming back from a few longer term injuries, isn't he, Dennis Pratt? And Leicester have got it back here with Ricardo. Yunus pulled back by Sunjic. Yunus steps inside and delivers it back to Hamza Chowdhury. Takes it with a good first touch to get him in front of Stansfield. Then rolls the ball left hand side into James Justin. Big switch of the play is deflected but falls to Ricardo inside the centre circle. 56.5 minutes on the clock. Nearly an hour played. You're listening to BBC Radio Leicester Sport. Owen Palmer-Atkin, former Foxes defender Matt Heath and Jack Rafferty, your matchday team here at King Power Stadium. Albrighton adjusts to have dribbled the ball out of play. Buchanan takes the throw in quickly to go back to Bilic and Roberts. Leicester looking to continue their brilliant run of form against Birmingham City in the FA Cup, where they've progressed from all 7 ties that they've played against the blue sides of Birmingham. And Leicester also have won 16 of their last 21 matches in this competition, only losing 5 of those. And since the 2017-2018 campaign, only 3 teams have won more games than Leicester: Manchester City, Chelsea and Manchester United. It's not a bad list of teams to be in company of. And Leicester pushing high here, trying to win it back, and Ben Nelson has forced a mistake out of Keshi Anderson to put it out of play for a throw-in for Leicester midway inside the Birmingham half on the right-hand side. Albrighton wins another throw for Leicester following the throw-in being taken by Ricardo. You just feel the atmosphere inside King Power Stadium lift because they've seen that real quality be brought on, Matt Heath, and that real quality making a difference.
Yeah, you can just feel it, can't you? The fans are starting to get behind the team a little bit. I think in the first half they were just a little bit worried, a little bit confused as to why it wasn't working, nowhere near as much as it has been for every single game. Albrighton with loads of space on the right hand side.
Yeah, what a ball by Ricardo, finding Albrighton. Vardy waiting for it, delivering to the area, looking for Vardy and cleared away. It almost found the number 9 for Leicester. And every time Albrighton gets that ball, all he's looking to do is try and feed the goat.
They work so well together, they know exactly what each other are doing, what they're thinking.
As Keshi Anderson brings down Ricardo for a free kick right in front of Birmingham City boss Tony Mowbray. Albrighton maybe just took one touch too many before delivering that ball. That though, go on.
Again, looking like he's getting in dangerous positions. If I was Connor Cody, or if I was the...
Yeah, long ball over the top looking for McAteer. Vardy waiting for it. McAteer into the area, took one touch and then it bounced off of his knee. Goes out of play for Birmingham goal kick. 1-0.
Yeah, if I was the manager, I'd be just saying to the boys, let's try and feed it down our right hand side. The Birmingham left back struggling at the minute against Mark Albrighton. Ricardo Pereira's looking like he's making a big impact out of the 3 substitutes at the minute. Showing a lot of experience, a lot of composure on the ball. It's been a good start to the second half, good first 15 minutes.
Yeah, I agree. Mark Albrighton getting the better of Lee Buchanan today. He was Derby County youth product, actually joined Birmingham from Werder Bremen in July. Cost £1.25 million. An hour played though here at King Power Stadium. It's Leicester that are leading by a goal to nil. If you're just joining us on BBC Radio Leicester, it's Jamie Vardy, of course it is, that opened the scoring. Mark Albrighton cross. Jamie Vardy header as Jakub Stolarczyk almost tackled on the edge of his own 18-yard box, but gets away with it. And now Ben Nelson sets Dennis Pratt away over the halfway line, finds Yunus. Yunus skips around one man, then jinks around another. Albrighton waiting for it. Yunus still has it. Pratt inside. Albrighton to his right. Finds Pratt. Back to Yunus. Albrighton still with him. Yunus backwards towards Ricardo. 20 yards out. Delivery low into the box. Intercepted, cleared away. Picked back up though by Pratt. Good play by Leicester. Chowdhury now just in, back to Cody, to the left hand side of the centre circle, just rolls it across to find Ben Nelson on the right. Chowdhury breaking a line, looking to find Pratt. Pratt brought down. Referee says the ball was won. Enzo Maresca wanted a free kick there. Siriki Dembele comes away with the ball, and it's now with Keshi Anderson 5 yards inside his own half for Birmingham City on the left hand side. They give it away though, Birmingham, as Sunjic goes through the back of Mark Albrighton, and the referee Craig Pawson gives a free kick to Birmingham City.
Yeah, strange one that. I thought it was our free kick. However, I think Leicester have just started to ask questions of the Birmingham City defence. Like I said earlier in the commentary, that I think we're making it easy for Birmingham, not asking any questions, not making them intercept, not making them defend any crosses, any through balls. And now, going into this second half, they are slowly gaps are opening up in their defence, and if I'm going to be totally honest, I can just see now in the next 5-10 minutes the second goal could come. Triple substitution.
Yep, for Birmingham City. So firstly, off goes Siriki Dembele. He's replaced by Oliver Burke. Koji Miyoshi is replaced by Tyler Roberts, and Scott Hogan replaces Keshi Anderson in the 63rd minute. Long ball over the top for Birmingham City, intercepted by Ricardo, who goes all the way home to Jakub Stolarczyk, now with Chowdhury on the edge of the penalty area, drops it for Cody. Cody almost found Ben Nelson. It was intercepted by Oliver Burke on this near side, so it'll be a throw-in for Leicester.
So Birmingham playing a 4-2-3-1, and all three substitutions are in the front
three.
In the front four attacking players.
Right across the three.
Yeah, I think Stansfield's dropped back into the number 10 role, or maybe they've put two centre forwards up against the Leicester back line now. But good management. He's realised that something needs to change again, and he's decided to make a triple sub in attacking areas.
Good tackle by Ben Nelson, sending his foot around the outside of his man into Pratt. Vardy, will he get it on the left hand side? Jordan James goes down. Got a little bit of a habit, Jordan James, of going to ground a little bit easy there. I've seen it a couple of times in this game. Vardy shaking his head.
I'm sure he'll get straight up.
Yeah, the Birmingham City don't seem too fussed. They've continued with Jordan James still on the floor and got the free kick back underway. Ball lifted over the top. It's watched well by Cody. Heads into the path of Chowdhury. It was a difficult one for Chowdhury to look after, and James Justin's been fouled on that far side.
I think there might have been a little bit of a naughty stud up left in on James Justin there. He's rolling around in agony on the floor.
Tyler Roberts has been booked for it.
Just waiting for the replay to see if there was any maliciousness in there.
Signed for £300,000 from Leeds United back in July. He's helping James Justin to his feet. He is booked in there.
Maybe not. Just on the follow through, caught him down the side of his calf.
Just came through with his studs, didn't he? So if he wins the ball cleanly there, maybe not, but because he did catch James Justin, foul and yellow card. But Leicester have given the ball away already. We've played nearly 65 minutes here at King Power Stadium. Can Ricardo pinch in here against Stansfield, who, as Matt Heath rightly says, has dropped into that more of a deeper number 10 position. Ball turned round the corner by Birmingham. Cody racing after it, as is Stansfield and Hogan. Cody is slide tackled and brought down. That's going to be a free kick for Leicester. Birmingham fans not happy. I don't know that they can really complain. And Scott Hogan has just slide tackled Cody after he's already played the ball. He's the man that Tony Mowbray is entrusted to lead the line for Birmingham City in these final 25 minutes. 2 goals, 2 assists this season. Irish international. Long ball forward by Stolarczyk. Mark Roberts steps out of the defence to win it. Pratt heads it back into the middle of the park. It's won by Stansfield. By Jordan James. Picked up now by Roberts. Dead centre. There's a strike at goal there from Scott Hogan, who just spun on the ball 35 yards out, blocked by Connor Cody, and Leicester come away with it. But this Birmingham side certainly are not done yet. McAteer down the left is brought to the floor. Emmanuel Avery just kind of stands over him after he brought him down. We're going to see a change here. Tom Cannon will be introduced to the action in place of Jamie Vardy, Leicester's goal scorer. How has Jamie Vardy done today, Matt Heath?
I think Jamie Vardy has done what Jamie Vardy does. He's played on the shoulder, he's looked to threat in behind, he's winding the Birmingham City fans up as he's going off, and he's got his goal. I think a good afternoon's work for Jamie Vardy. I think he'll be happy with that. 60 minutes in his legs, and now he'll definitely be looking for some minutes on the pitch on Tuesday night. And another opportunity for Cannon to show what he can do. He's been in great form recently. I'm sure he'll be looking to try and take advantage of the tired legs in the Birmingham defence and try and get on the score sheet.
So Jamie Vardy getting a hero's applause from the Leicester fans. He's got the goal to send Leicester City ahead in this game. And Tom Cannon in his place will be looking to add to his goal tally so far this season as Pratt comes forward for Leicester. Albrighton on the overlap, delivers right-footed. It hits the outstretched leg of Lee Buchanan and goes out for Leicester's third corner of the game. 1-0 Leicester lead.
That's more of what I want to see from Pratt. He got himself in between the lines in a great position, received it on the back foot from the centre halves. Straight away he was running at the Birmingham City defence, slipped the ball down the right hand side to Albrighton. Unfortunately his cross was blocked. Corner kick.
67 and 3/4 on the clock here. Mark Albrighton corner from the right hand side, left arm in the air, all blue in front of the cop, right footed, out swinger in towards the penalty area, heads go up, Justin was there, cleared away by Birmingham. Chowdhury heads it back to Ricardo's going to go back here to Jakub Stolarczyk, who finds Chowdhury, back foot turn, takes it around Hogan very well and then spreads the play to Albrighton. Pratt's on the underlap, as is Tom Cannon waiting in the area. Albrighton, left footed strike, stepped in from the right hand side, didn't quite get the bend necessary to find the top corner of John Ruddy's goal. Goal kick Birmingham City, 68.5 minutes played, 1-0 Leicester lead.
Starting to purr a little bit now, Leicester. Hamza Chowdhury taking it on the back foot after a risky ball from Stolarczyk in goal, but he found again Mark Albrighton down the right hand side. Every attack seems to be involving Albrighton. I think I like him as a player, but he's playing really well in this second half.
He is indeed, and he's played a fine career at Leicester City, hasn't he? This is Mark Albrighton's 309th appearance, 19 goals for Leicester, 49 assists including today. An FA Cup winner, Premier League winner, Community Shield winner, Champions League first goal scorer.
It's a good career, that.
Not done bad, has he? And a steady, reliable pair of hands whenever you need him, Mark Albrighton. He's tracking back here to try and win it back. It's on the left-hand side with Oliver Burke for Birmingham City. Down the left, he plays a neat 1-2 with Hogan, skips around Nelson, but a brilliant tackle comes in from Ben Nelson. The referee
goal kick
gives a goal kick.
Again, a great challenge from Nelson. This time as Birmingham were attacking down the left-hand side, just when you thought they got round him to get across, that long leg stretched out.
Oh, it's a wonderful tackle, isn't it?
Yeah, and played the ball back against him to go out for a goal kick.
As I say, he did join us on the When You're Smiling podcast earlier this week. If you wanted to hear a little bit more of that, then you can head over to BBC Sounds, wherever you get your podcast. Find Thursday's episode, talks about his time at Leicester so far. He may be only 19, but he's been at the club for 10 years, modelling his game on John Stones, what the club want to achieve this season, both for him personally and as a team in the FA Cup.
Don't want to speak too soon. I know there's over 20 minutes left, but he should be really proud of his performance. He doesn't look like a 19-year-old defender playing at the heart of the defence. He looks very composed, very reliable.
I thought you were going to say I don't want to speak too soon, but this lad's going to captain England.
Well, you never know, do you?
Ball played forward by Birmingham, but it was nowhere really, and Leicester really controlling this game now. Stolarczyk into Ricardo, turns it around the corner for Pratt. He was fouled in the process. Advantage played. Albrighton skips inside Buchanan, skips inside of another man in Bilic as well. Finds Cannon edge of the area. Can he get a strike away? May fall to Yunus, left-footed. What a strike that is! Yunus spins away in front of the Kop as he doubles Leicester's lead, picks it up 20 yards out on his left foot and slams it home to make it 2-0 to Leicester and to score his first Leicester City goal. Leicester 2, Birmingham 0.
Great goal. Again, Mark Albrighton down the right hand side managed to get the ball into the box, into Tom Cannon's feet. As all good strikers do, he was again very selfish, tried to get the shot off. Unfortunately, that was blocked, picked up by Yunus on the edge of the box, worked a little bit of room for himself and fired the ball into the top left hand corner, struck it lovely with his laces. No chance for Ruddy in goal. That's a great finish.
Really is, isn't it? Just knew where the goal was, used the kind of pitch markings, just slams it home and spun away, arms wide.
The ball still rising as it hit the back of the net as well. That's when you know it's a great strike.
So Leicester leading 2-0. Ben Nelson,
another great tackle.
It was another brilliant challenge. Just absolutely steaming through Jay Stansfield on the deck. Won the ball, took him out. And here come Birmingham down the right hand side, and you can tell that the confidence has drained out of the Birmingham boys, but Scott Hogan may have just rounded Stolarczyk here, pulls it back across, the ball goes out, goal kick. It was a pass back inside from Casey McAteer, pretty much on the byline to Stolarczyk, and Hogan tracked it well, coming from the inside, got there ahead of Stolarczyk and just dribbled it out of play before he pulled it back. So 73 minutes on the clock, Leicester leading by 2-0.
I was just going to say, this could quite easily go into a 3-4, 5-0 game. However, we know that goals change games, and if Leicester don't keep this concentration, don't keep these levels of intensity that they're playing with, Birmingham could quite easily just get one goal back and make it a nervy last 10-15 minutes. On that occasion, Casey McAteer with a little bit of a wayward pass, picked off by Scott Hogan. Unfortunately for us, just ran out of pitch and it went out for a goal kick.
Final change for Birmingham City. Ivan Sunic being replaced by Ramel Donovan. The Birmingham City youth product, tricky, ordinarily winger. And there's plenty of attacking players on the pitch now for Birmingham City, because Tony Mowbray will know, as what you just said there, Matt, that the next goal is crucial. If they can get it, Birmingham, then who knows what might happen for them. Leicester need to be tight, they need to hold on to it. As Donovan comes down the left-hand side, heavily strapped, left wrist. Wins a throw-in after his cross was blocked by Ricardo. Here is Oliver Burke though. Will there be a delivery? Bilic right-footed, lifts it into the penalty area. Stolarczyk comes, Stolarczyk takes. McAteer peeled away, looking for an early get-out ball from Jakub Stolarczyk.
There's absolutely no need for Stolarczyk to release the ball quickly there. We're 2-0 up. We don't want to give them the ball away by trying to force a counter-attack.
Ball played forward. Stansfield round Stolarczyk, does he? It's actually a brilliant tackle on not one but two occasions by Stolarczyk. Played through with Stansfield, just tried to take it round Leicester's keeper, but he stuck out a big leg, tackled him once and then slide tackled again, throwing Birmingham.
Again, that could quite easily have just been a little bit of a lack of concentration. Stansfield nearly rounding Stolarczyk, but out of the 10 changes, he's definitely one of the better players, better performance on the day-to-day.
Here's Oliver Burke, steps inside of Dennis Pratt, now into Billick, edge of the area. Stansfield, blocked strike against James Justin. Ricardo across to get there ahead of Ramel Donovan, then Cruyff turned back inside, then beats Ramel Donovan on the outside. Brilliant play from Ricardo. He's been outstanding since he's come on.
Superb. The international class is just oozing out of him. Every time he's on the ball, you're just so confident he's not going to give it away, and not only that, he's going to create something.
Oh, Cannon bursts around two Birmingham men and then it's hacked down. That's going to be a yellow card in the midfield for Mark Roberts, I think. Cannon just picked it up and then just burst his way through.
That's all you want from your centre forward. When you play the ball into his feet, you want him to look after it under immense pressure from the defenders. It was a great quick feet and drawn the foul. Leicester in the ascendancy. Every single player in the Birmingham City half.
Here's Pratt, inside right channel, finds Albrighton on the right wing for Leicester. Midway inside the Birmingham City half. He goes backwards to Pratt, then backwards to Nelson, and Leicester recycling their back line with Connor Cody, who's one of, well, pretty much all of the players that have improved their performances in the second half. Leicester coming down the left, Albrighton waiting at the back post. It's with McAteer though, into the penalty area, finds an overlapping run delivery back into the box. The flag goes up though for an offside on James Justin. 77 minutes played, Leicester 2, Birmingham City 0. But as soon as McAteer got that ball there, Enzo Maresca, arms in the air, switch it, because Mark Albrighton had found himself in so much space again.
I couldn't quite see, the monitor was in the way. I was just going to say, I would have loved Casey McAteer just to open up and have a shot there. He made a little bit of room for himself and felt like he had to try and make that extra pass.
Well, Ben Nelson had two slippery moments there, just missed a clearance and then sent a left-footed pass back to Stolarczyk, but nearly went out of play for a corner. Stolarczyk looked after it well, gets it back from the academy product, launches it long, does the Foxes keeper.
I don't think Cannon's going to be too happy with big long balls like that, where he's got to fight against a 6'4" centre half, is he?
No, as Ramel Donovan delivers a wicked cross into the box, it was cleared away by Ben Nelson, almost diving header like, and it goes for another Birmingham City corner. They had 7 in the first half, and heading into the final nearly 10 minutes, this is their first corner of the second half.
Really important for Leicester to just defend this correctly, make sure that no one's lacking any concentration. If you're marking your man, make sure you get tight, don't let them get a run on you, and then hopefully the defenders that are in zonal marking spaces will go and just clean the ball out, or the goalkeeper will come out and claim it.
78.5 gone. Corner, Birmingham, taken by Jordan James. Stolarczyk comes, Stolarczyk punches, picked up by Ramel Donovan, right hand side. 17-year-old goes down the line. Will there be a delivery into Leicester's box by Tyler Roberts in towards the near post? Scott Hogan was there, cleared away by Leicester. May there be a opportunity to counter-attack here. McAteer into the feet of Tom Cannon. Will he get there ahead of his man? He looks after it just enough, Tom Cannon. Dinks it down the line, looking for Albrighton, but Oliver Burke just watched it well as it hit him on the back. Really, kind of upper hip area, just to stop that ball from progressing the pitch any further. Birmingham have it back with 11 minutes to play.
I think Birmingham are committing a couple of extra players going forward now, taking a few risks. They have to, the 2-0 down, 11 minutes plus stoppage time to go, so the opportunities will be there for Leicester on the counter-attack.
Dennis Pratt gives a free kick away, just jumping into a tackle a little bit there. We're going to go through the other scores in a moment, but Birmingham City have it here and they're looking to try and break forward with Stansfield into Oliver Burke, delivers into the area. Cody's there to clear away right foot, it just lifts it into the sky. Albrighton helps it on. Cannon in a little bit of space just peels away from Roberts, who's sitting really deep, doesn't want any real space for Cannon to be able to run into behind him.
Birmingham leaving Cannon and Roberts 1v1 at the back. Any quality into Cannon's feet or in behind, like you say, I'm sure he's got the pace on him and he will fancy himself.
Just wants to cut that space, doesn't he, Roberts? As Chowdhury, breaking over the halfway line, finds Cannon, back to goal, 20 yards out onto his left foot. Tom Cannon strike, and it's blocked well by Roberts, who got back, and it lifts itself out of play for Leicester's fourth corner of the game.
Again, a great ball into Cannon's feet, worked that little bit of room, probably an identical spot where he took the shot to Eunice's goal moments earlier. This time, unfortunately, Birmingham got a block on it. It's a corner on the left hand side, right-footed in swinger.
So, change for Leicester, off goes Eunice, and another academy product debutant for Leicester City. The number 47, Arjun Raiki. He's going to be introduced to the action, the midfielder, and a proud day for him. He's got 10 minutes or so to show what he's all about.
What a lovely situation to be in, coming on for your debut, 2-0 up, 10 minutes to go, lots of gaps in the Birmingham defence.
Would be quite something. Delivery from Albrighton's corner, whipped towards a near post, missed by Ruddy, and then a striker goal from Ben Nelson was straight down the throat of John Ruddy where he landed, and he was able to take it, the former England goalkeeper.
That would have topped off a great performance for the young defender. Got a good side foot shot on it, a good solid contact. Unfortunately, it was straight at Ruddy. Good goalkeepers like that don't spill them.
No. Ruddy, of course, former Everton, Wolves, Norwich, Motherwell, Crewe, Bristol City, Stockport. He's been around the block a bit, but also one cap for England, 37 years old. But still a good goalkeeper, especially at this level.
Just the communication he would give his defenders, the confidence they'd have in him.
So, Arjan Raiki, for those who don't know, 21 years old, attacking midfielder, signed from Aston Villa a couple of years ago for Leicester. As Oliver Burke comes down the left-hand side, he was played through, Stolarczyk came out, made himself big, took it while sliding on his side. 7 minutes to play, 2-0 Leicester lead.
Again, I think Nelson had the situation under control. Good communication between him and Stolarczyk in goal.
Ball launched forward. It's brought under control by Emmanuel Awu at the back for Birmingham City. He just launched it back forward into Leicester City possession. Leicester, all eyes will be turning now, I guess, really, to the game against Swansea City on Tuesday night. But Raiki coming forward now, the academy product. He's got Casey McAteer to his left, pulls it across, and it takes a nick and out of play it goes. But another Leicester City corner.
Again, a great opportunity this time. Raiki found himself in a lot of space. Leicester had a 4v3 overload in possession. He found a good little ball down the left-hand side to McAteer. Unfortunately, just couldn't find Cannon in the box. Well defended by Birmingham. They've got to defend another Leicester City corner.
Yeah, Raiki breaking forward there. Just a little correction to what I said before. He actually only signed for Leicester last year. Here is McAteer from the short corner with Albrighton's strike, takes a nick and goes all the way through. It's going to be picked up by Pratt here on the right-hand side. Stands his man up. Zawu, who's followed him all the way over. He goes backwards with the outside of his right foot to Ricardo. Now with Raiki once more. He looks after it well. Playing a 1-2 of McAteer, then a 1-2 of Ricardo. Spreads the play to Hamza Chowdhury with a switch first time instep, looking for Casey McAteer. One on that far side and out of play for a Leicester throw, 10 yards inside their own half. McAteer takes it quickly because maybe Leicester can sense and smell that there's a third in this game if they want to go and get it. Other scores in the FA Cup today. If you did miss the shock of this round so far. Maidstone United beating Ipswich Town by 2-1 at Portman Road. Elsewhere, Everton 1, Luton 1, Leeds 1, Plymouth 1, and Sheffield United 2, Bristol City 4. Switch of the play, looking for McAteer on the far left-hand side, brings it under control, level with the edge of the penalty area, steps inside into the box. There may be a chance here for a cross, pulled back across and cleared away. Reiki sprinting to try and bring it back under control. He's beaten to the ball and Stansfield comes away with it for Birmingham City. Ramel Donovan almost slips. He's battling with Mark Albrighton here, Donovan. And he looks after it well to go backwards to Jordan James.
I want to just give a bit of credit there to Pratt. He had eyes in the back of his head. He knew exactly where Tom Cannon was when the ball was fired into his feet, and he just delicately clipped it with the outside of his foot around the corner. Cannon was able to set the ball back to Chowdhury, who pinged the ball out and started that attack. Good play from Pratt then.
Four minutes of normal time to play. You're listening to BBC Radio Leicester Sport. Owen Palmer-Atkin, former Foxes defender Matt Heath, and Jack Rafferty, your matchday team here at King Power Stadium for dedicated coverage of Leicester City's fourth round FA Cup tie with Birmingham City, which they've scored 2 goals in the second half to lead at this moment in time. Here's Dennis Pratt, the edge of the area. Strike at goal from Pratt, takes a nick. Is that going to bobble out for a corner? No, Ruddy takes it on the byline. Pratt did have an option of Albrighton to his right, opted to try and strike. But the 2 goals coming from Jamie Vardy from an Albrighton cross in the 47th minute before Yunus struck in the 72nd. From 20 yards out to slap it past John Ruddy. Brilliant goal to double Leicester's lead and put them through almost to the 5th round of the FA Cup. They've got a final few minutes to get through before that's confirmed. But certainly in the second half, certainly not in the first, but certainly in the second half, Matt Heath, they are good for their lead.
Yeah, definitely. They've controlled the second half, like Birmingham controlled the first half. Chances galore, and I just feel like you've just mentioned, if we do want to get that third, it is quite easily on.
Ball over the top, looking for Cannon, heads in around John Ruddy. He's wide though, on the byline, outside of the penalty box. A ball played back towards Pratt, right-footed, who finishes it off for 3 goals to send Leicester into the 5th round of the FA Cup. Cannon doing brilliantly to get himself around John Ruddy. Gets to the byline, head up, pulls it back for Dennis Pratt, who side-foots it into the bottom corner. His first goal of the season to make it Leicester 3, Birmingham City 0.
That'll do his confidence no end of good. Tom Cannon worked the line well, chased the lost cause. A little long ball clip from Casey McAteer. He beat Ruddy to the ball, took it round him, although being at a very wide angle. Quite unselfishly pulled the ball back to Pratt, just inside the penalty area, and he had a lovely side foot finish, opening his body up, hit the bottom right hand corner. Great finish again. 2 great finishes for the last 2 goals.
It's just brilliant play by Tom Cannon.
Excellent.
Such experience as well. He could have driven in and taken the strike himself, but saw Pratt was waiting. And a calm, right-footed, in-step finish confirms Leicester's progression to the 5th round of the FA Cup. Got a minute of normal time to play, and Leicester just turned on the style in this second half.
Sometimes strikers, midfielders, they don't need to lash at the ball, they don't need to have that wonder goal like Yunus did. They just need to have a firm contact and pass it into a bottom corner. Ruddy was nowhere near that with the precision and the accuracy of the shot.
And that's cause for plenty of Birmingham City fans to begin their exit towards the concourses, as Chowdhury looking to try and play through Cannon. It was a good looking ball, but Buchanan stepped up to intercept. Now with Stansfield down the left hand side, Oliver Burke is intercepted by Ben Nelson, who plays a 1-2 with Mark Albrighton. A little bit of a heavy touch from Ben Nelson. He wins a throw-in though, down the right-hand side. There's going to be 3 minutes added on at the end of this one.
I think another little moment for Ben Nelson. A very, very experienced head on young shoulders. In my opinion, he's had a great game. He definitely should be really proud of himself. Following the good game away at Millwall, hopefully he gets another start in the next FA Cup game if he keeps this going.
Good play by Birmingham City to move themselves out of the very high pressure that Leicester are putting them under. James Justin harrying after Tyler Roberts, but in the end referee Craig Pawson says that that's a foul inside right channel for Leicester, 25 yards from goal. So James Justin tracking him very high, ball over the top, but Casey McAteer has read that wonderfully well to get back and go backwards to Jakub Stolarczyk. Just dinks it over the first line of press. Reiki was trying to help it on to Justin there, but didn't quite get the execution he wanted to mid-air. Buchanan into Donovan, and now Stansfield on the left-hand side finds the run of Oliver Burke. Ricardo slipped as he was trying to keep track with Burke. Now Christian Bilic, Chowdhury trying to find a way through, but Bilic very strong, just holds Chowdhury off. Hogan drops it off for Tyler Roberts here, left-footed strike, and it's saved well by Jakub Stolarczyk. Pretty routine, but Stolarczyk maybe a couple of yards further forward than maybe he would have wanted to, so just had to lean backwards and to his right-hand side, go into ground to pull that one out of the air. We played 2 minutes of the 3 added on, and all in all this has been a thoroughly professional performance from Leicester in the second half. Matt Heath.
Stolarczyk really putting himself in contention for man of the match, do you think, Owen?
I would say so. Well, you get the final say on that one, mate. So who would you give man of the match to?
I think I'm going to have to. Ricardo Pereira's come on and made a difference in the second half. Mark Albrighton stepped up in the second half. However, well, and again a mention for Ben Nelson, a great all-round performance, but I do think that Stolarczyk early on in the game, he's kept us in it, he's made some wonderful saves. 5 shots on target Birmingham had in the first half, and he's carried on in the second half being calm and collected. On the ball maybe he's taken a risk here and there, but definitely his shot stopping has been phenomenal today.
Jakub Stolarczyk, your BBC Radio Leicester man of the match. Leicester have the ball back here, plenty of people with their phone lights on at the moment, all the way around the ground. And there goes the full-time whistle here at King Power Stadium, and Leicester City progress through to the 5th round of the FA Cup with a thoroughly professional second half performance against Birmingham City, with 3 goals to finish their fellow Midlands side off, and as I say, find themselves in the 5th round of the FA Cup as the road to Wembley continues. Jamie Vardy opened the scoring in the 47th minute, and Mark Albrighton cross from the right hand side picked him out beautifully in the area. He headed home for Vardy's 8th goal of the season. Yunus doubled the lead on the 72nd minute, picking it up edge of the area after the ball was bobbling around before slamming a strike past John Ruddy to double Leicester's lead. And then Dennis Pratt finished it off in the 88th minute. Tom Cannon rounded John Ruddy, picked it up on the byline, pulled it backwards and picked out Dennis Pratt, who rolled it into the bottom corner to make it Leicester City 3, Birmingham City 0. And we've said it a couple of times already, but whatever Enzo Maresca said at half-time, Matt Heath, really worked wonders, because they came out and they did their job and they find themselves in the next round.
Yeah, we spoke about at half-time how something needed to change. He quite clearly made some personnel changes, brought 3 players on with a little bit more experience. That obviously was the little changing point in the game, and the experience brought, especially Pereira, onto the pitch. That calmness, that composure made the difference in the second half. Night and day, first half to second half performance. We spoke about as well the sharpness, the passing combinations that needed to get quicker, and that definitely happened. Birmingham just couldn't live with Leicester in the second half.
And it is such a football cliche, isn't it, Matt? But game of 2 halves, was the difference purely down to the changes, do you think, or did other players step up as well that maybe weren't quite at it in the first half?
I think in football you just need one or two players just to take the game by the scruff of the neck and just to show a little bit of leadership, whether that be vocally or whether that be by how they take responsibility and want to receive the ball. And I think that's what happened in the second half. I'll say it again, Pereira just showed that leadership on the ball, and it just helped everyone flow. Everyone that did play the first half and was still on the pitch in the second half, their games were raised so much, and that was just down to a few little tweaks. And again, Birmingham City with a high press style of play in the first half is really hard to sustain, and quite clearly they just ran out of steam and Leicester just took advantage of it.
For you, how important, not just in the context of getting through to the next round of the FA Cup, but the last couple of results, yes, it's only 2 negative results that City have had with the defeat at Cov and then the draw against Ipswich, but it has an impact, especially when you're so used to winning. So how important do you think it was that they got the job done today in that regard?
100%. The whole atmosphere around the training ground is lifted, and that's us as fans, we only see them when they're out on the football pitch in front of us at the King Power away from home, but these guys are with each other day in, day out, and just to have that little bit of higher confidence, that morale around the training ground, it just lifts spirits. It makes you want to get up in the morning and go to training, and you have that little extra bounce in your step. You might do that little bit of extra work after. So yeah, just to get that winning feeling back in again ahead of Tuesday night's important league game, it is huge.
And to do it in the way they did, the fact that they haven't got a 1-goal lead and tried to defend it, and it's been backs against the walls, which there's been some criticism for that in recent games, particularly Ipswich on Monday night. They've continued playing, and to get the second and third goals, that feels significant to me.
Yeah, it's just showed how dominant they could be, and it really shows how dominant they should have been in the first half. They didn't sit back, like you've just said. They didn't just relax on a 1-goal lead and keep possession of the ball and make the game slowly. They were just always looking for them little through the lines passes, getting the ball out wide, especially down the right hand side in the second half, and creating opportunities. I'd like to just credit Tom Cannon. When he come on, Jamie Vardy had a great game, but he kept that going. He just created problems for the Birmingham City defence over and over. He played a part in the second goal, and obviously a great cutback for the third goal as well. So for a player coming off the bench, only getting 30 minutes time, he definitely made an impact and gave the manager something to think about.
I mean, he's spoken, hasn't he, about learning from Jamie Vardy, and apart from the fact that they look different, if you just analyse what he did for those 2 goals in the second half, as you mentioned, you would almost look at them and think it was Jamie Vardy behaviour. It was pretty much a replica of Pete Vardy.
Yeah, of course, he didn't let the defenders rest on their laurels at all. He was chasing lost courses, he was looking in behind, he was very tidy with the ball at his feet at 21 years of age, right? He's looking like a real good prospect. So obviously that confidence is coming through now. Now he's scored a few goals as well in the last couple of weeks. So I can only see him just getting better and better and better. And who else better to learn from than Jamie Vardy?
Well, Leicester City have got the job done in the FA Cup. They are into the 5th round.